crackers everywhere.
Did you light off a bunch of fireworks?
Oh, fireworks, firecrackers. Yeah, it was like a Kiss concert.
Yeah, I only watch fireworks on TV. I'm not allowed to play with them.
I don't blame you,
I'd
man.
burn off my fingers, blow them all off and stuff like that. We got a jam-packed Bite this week. Joining us on the phone shortly, coming back after almost a 3-week hiatus, will be Taz.
Ah.
Yes, Eddie
You
Guerrero.
finally talked him into coming back, huh?
I had to give him some money, but he's going to be back.
Oh, good.
Eddie Guerrero will join us on the show, as well as Zach Gowen.
Zach
and of
Gowen.
course, Draws will be here with his 2 cents. Give us a call at 1-888-LIVE-WWE, and of course, log on to WWE.com and join us in the Bite This chat room. It was an explosive Raw this past week from Calgary, I do believe.
Calgary, Alberta, Canada. One of my favorite spots on Raw this past week, man, was the highlight reel. And I would only wish that we could have Chris Jericho on today, not that Eddie Guerrero and Zach Gowen aren't stellar guests. But just the fact that Shawn Michaels said so many things that I thought just rang true, especially in Montreal, with everybody talking about getting over 1997. I hope we can get over 1997, get into the year 2003. In fact, Josh, I understand right now, Taz, the man that you finally talked into coming back on Bite This, is on the phone.
All right. Hey, Taz, how's it going? You're on the phone with Josh and Dr. Tom.
What's up, Josh?
The speaker's
Tom,
not on, guys.
Tales from the Hook is back.
It's not on,
better. Just a new improved.
Oh, the power wouldn't be on. There you go. That works.
You know what's new about this one?
Taz, we just got you, Taz. We had a little audio problem.
What a shock. Tales from the Hook is back and its technical difficulties.
How are you, Taz?
I'm miserable. How are you?
I'm doing just fine.
That's great.
What's going on in the Hook today?
Well, snowing out. Snowing in Brooklyn.
It's July.
Right. It's snowing orange. Big orange flakes. I got all new material for the new Tales from the Hook. This is one of my bits right here. The snow, the orange snow. It's going to get over?
It's cool.
I don't know about that.
Taz,
what are we talking about? What are we talking about right now?
What have you been up to? We haven't heard you. I haven't had you on the show in like 3 or 4 weeks. What's been going on?
A lot of stuff's been going on. I mean, loads of stuff. It's like to get into it would be, hard to do right now. It's not a long enough show, but there's a lot of things going on, a lot of new developments. We're good.
Well, I was just skimming over your latest Tales from the Hook in the new WWE July magazine with Matt Hardy on the cover here. You're talking about Johnny Rods, and you're talking about the old days in 1987 Cypress Hill section of Brooklyn. I know you had it hard. You talk about how hard the ring is and an ugly place, no bottled water, no locker rooms. But let me ask you something. You got a guy like Zach Gowen on SmackDown who seems to be defying all odds. And tonight on SmackDown, we're going to finally see the signing of the contract. This is a kid who probably went through not as much adversity as you did in one way, but probably a little bit more in another, don't you think?
Absolutely, Tom. I mean, guys like myself and guys like you have come up the hard way in the industry, and guys like Josh, well, not really, but, a kid like Zach, I don't think that anybody in our business that I know of, any the talent that I know personally or have come across in the years from different companies too, can compare what this kid Zach Gowen has been through in his life. And he's 20 years old, and at 20 years old, the life experiences that he's been through. I'm 36 years old, and I haven't been through what this kid's been through. And I've had some hard personal things in my life, but this kid, he looked death in the face, laughed at it, survived cancer, amputated leg, and makes it into World Wrestling Entertainment. And something I read, I was talking to Zach about this at SmackDown. When WWE Magazine or Raw, one of the magazines did an article on Zach, and they interviewed Zach, and I don't remember what month it was. And Zach said, it was just a matter of time for me. I would have been in the WWE. It's not an exact quote, obviously, but Zach said, I would have made it to the WWE regardless if I had one leg or two. With 2 legs, it probably would have just took me longer. But he was bound and determined to get to the WWE no matter what. And that quote to me was that was so cool that the kid said that. Just shows how much heart and determination the kid's got. And to know Zach, he's a quality kid, man. He's a good guy, and he's got an amazing work ethic.
Yeah, Zach's overcome so many obstacles in his life, and I mean, Just we saw his first, not his first official match, but his first match in the WWE was, the 2-on-1 handicap match. It was Zach and Stephanie versus the Big Show. I mean,
Did you just say it wasn't an official match?
Well, he wasn't a signed SmackDown superstar.
Wow, very good. That's you're learning from Coach. You're getting your homework from Coach. Good job.
Yeah, he's learning from Cole too. Don't get him mixed up.
I don't know about that. He's learning something from Cole. I don't know if it's about wrestling.
Yeah.
But I mean, Taz, seeing that match and seeing him and Stephanie and what he did to the Big Show, I mean, sure he got some help from Brock and Kurt, but I mean, he was all over the ring. He was doing some amazing things.
And I think Zach can do other amazing things in the ring. I've seen the kid wrestle, and I believe you have too. I know what this kid can do. I haven't seen it all, but I know what he can do. And I think as wrestling fans and people who work for the WWE, we've just seen the beginning of Zach Gowen as an athlete in the ring. Mr. McMahon calls him names and pokes fun at him and all that stuff, and that's what Mr. McMahon does. But at the end of the day, this kid, he can wrestle.
No doubt about it.
He can do some mat work. He can do high-flying stuff, and he is amazing. I've never seen someone do what he can do in the ring. I don't think it's fair to call Zach handicapped. In my opinion, he's not handicapped. He's right on the same level as everybody else.
No doubt about it. Taz, you want to take a phone call?
Yeah, I'd love to take a phone call.
We got Evan on the phone from Miami. Evan, what is your question for Taz?
Hi, Taz.
Hi, Evan. How are you?
Listen, I would like to know, what do you think is going to happen between Zach Gowen and Mr. McMahon tonight?
Well, tonight? Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. You'd have to watch SmackDown tonight to find out, but I'm sure Mr. McMahon's got something devious up his sleeve for Zach Gowen.
Taz, real quick, off the question of steering away from Zach for just a second, you were right there ringside a few weeks ago on SmackDown when the ring just exploded. How cool was that?
Oh, my God. That was... What do you mean with Big Show and Brock Lesnar, right?
The superplex, yeah.
Begging you to set the stage for the fans that don't remember what you're talking about.
The ring exploded. I'm sure they know what I'm talking about.
Don't get hot about it. Just as an announcer, you're supposed to... Oh, excuse me. I should not be teaching you anything about announcing.
Sorry, Taz.
That's right. Wasn't it Kevin Kelly, God rest his soul, who said, I've been a commentator for 5 minutes?
Wow, yeah.
Remember that time?
I sure do.
Thanks for coming, Kevin. Anyway,
wow.
Josh, I was in the middle of burying you. I don't remember what I was saying, but we'll move on to your question.
Okay.
It was a comment, a statement, whatever the hell it was. We'll move on to it. The ring exploding was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was these two. It was like 800 pounds hitting the ring, and weren't you on ring crew that day, Josh? That's probably why the ring broke.
Well, I don't know how to put a ring together very well.
Yeah, well, God forbid you broke into business the right way and learned.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You know, a lot of things have been happening at ringside as of late, and one of the things happened to one of our guests today, Eddie Guerrero, in that it seemed as though Tajiri might have scuffed up or dented in that lowrider that Eddie was so proud of. What was that like when sitting at ringside? What do you think of Eddie's recent change of heart?
Well, they don't call him Latino Heat for nothing. I mean, Eddie's got a bad temper. That's well documented. Eddie snapped, and everybody, we were all fooled. We all thought that Eddie was showing compassion for his partner at the time, one half of the tag team champion, Tajiri. And no, it was all about the car. And then right through the windshield, there goes Tajiri, courtesy of Eddie Guerrero. I'm sure whenever Tajiri gets back, he's going to want a piece of Eddie Guerrero. I know Tajiri pretty well, and Tajiri ain't going to take that too well.
Yep, and Eddie Guerrero will be joining us on the phone in just a little bit later.
Talk about equality. What are you going to segue into something now, Josh?
No, go right ahead, Taz. It's your time.
You damn Skippy it is. It's called Tales from the Hook, not Tales from Joshville, wherever you live.
That's actually the name of my town.
Joshville. I thought it was Johnsonville.
No, Joshville. You had it right the first time.
Oh, okay, check. No, Eddie Guerrero, this guy, I know Eddie, for, I don't know, probably about 11, 12 years. Eddie is a world-class international superstar, in my opinion. I got nothing but the utmost respect for Eddie. He's an amazing competitor, amazing on the microphone, cutting a promo. Eddie has conquered demons in his life and have come back from it. WWE supported him in that, and Eddie had the perseverance to come back and change his life around, and he's a family man. He's a quality human being. he's I cannot say anything bad about Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero he's aces, man.
Yep. Eddie's got a big match tonight too on SmackDown versus Ultimo Dragon. First round
That's
qualifying.
going to be a good match.
Yep. U.S. title tournament. First round match on the line there.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts, Taz, real quick, on the United States title tournament? We've seen we've seen a couple matches so far, but I still think that Chris Benoit is still in the mix. Eddie Guerrero, Ultimo Dragon. It still looks like it's anybody's game at this point. But you have any favorites in this tournament?
I'd have to go with. I'm leaning towards Benoit in this thing. I just think Benoit's got all it takes to be the champion, and Benoit has been brewing around a singles title for quite a while on SmackDown here, and I think that Chris Benoit he's just on a roll, and he's going to become the U.S. champion. That's just my opinion. I'm excited that the U.S. championship is back in professional wrestling, and especially in the WWE, and most importantly on SmackDown, because I work for SmackDown. So I'm excited that title's coming back. That title has got loads of tradition, as Michael Cole's been pointing out on SmackDown, from the Harley Races and the Ricky Steamboats. I just think it's awesome that the U.S. title's back in wrestling where it belongs, and it's going to be part of SmackDown, and it's going to be a hell of a tournament, and we're going to find out who the winner is at Vengeance.
Yep, July 27th from Denver,
Colorado, baby.
That's right. Well, Taz, listen, we'll let you get back to building snowmans and the hook and all the stuff that you're doing today. I'm sure you're very busy. Got a lot going on.
I got a lot of stuff lined up. Zach, I called you Zach, Josh, whoever the hell your name is. I got all sorts of things lined up.
I know you do. I know you do.
I mean, Tom, I feel for you sitting next to this kid.
Thank you very much. You can feel my pain.
Don't let him get out of line either, Tom.
Don't worry. Yeah.
Don't just because he's one of these little young whippersnappers. He thinks he knows everything, the kid.
Yeah, I already found that out.
He does. No, he's just a little smart ass. But he's all right. He's all right. He's good. He'll smile at you, then you turn your back. He's putting a knife in it. You know what I mean?
Trust me.
Perfect for the business. Anyway,
yes. I was going to say, he'd make... Very nice.
Thanks for the plug, Taz. Really appreciate it. We'll see you at SmackDown.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Speaking about being good for the business, I hope everybody gets a chance to watch Velocity this Saturday. It is Saturday, right?
Yes.
Yes, Saturday. And check your local listings, because I can promise you, this is something you won't want to miss.
Absolutely
A-Train is my new hero.
And also, Afterburn this upcoming week, Taz will be my special guest on Afterburn. Taz made a cameo on Afterburn.
He did?
Yes, he did.
I've got to confess, I've never seen Afterburn.
Well, check your local listings, for Afterburn. We got a big exclusive giveaway for WrestleMania 20 that we're doing all about that. We got plenty more still to come on the show. Eddie Guerrero, Zach Gowen, Droz is going to be here, and me and Dr. Tom, we got all sorts of witty banter going to happen. So stick around. Right now, we're going to send you to a clip, right, Phil?
See, that's
we're going to go to a clip right there of, we got a monitor.
No, that's called a teleprompter.
Oh, a teleprompter. Well, let's go to...
That's not a monitor, man.
No?
No.
There's words on a screen.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a clip now of Los Guerreros as they lie, cheat, and steal. And that's a family motto. It's what Los Guerreros do best.
Yeah.
So here it was.
Here it was.
Here it is. I love Eddie Guerrero and Chavo. I love that stuff they do. Little baby, and they steal all the stuff, and they walk away, and they got...
you would like that stuff, man. I like that stuff, too.
I really do.
They cheat,
I really
they
do.
Steal, man.
And joining us now on the phone, right, Phil? Yeah. All right, joining us now on the phone is Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero. Eddie, you're on the phone with Josh Matthews and Dr. Tom. How you doing today, sir?
Orale, what's going on, homies? What's up, Josh? What's up, Tom?
Yes, hey, what's happening, man?
What's going on, man?
I want to get right to it. What's up with you and Tajiri, man?
What do you mean, what's up with him, man? You messed up my ride, Holmes. Nobody touches my ride.
Wow. You kind of took it personal, huh?
Man. Chicanos are touchy people, man.
Oh, do I know? Anyway.
Eddie, Chavo got injured right before you guys' big ladder match at Judgment Day. How's Chavo doing now? What's the status on him? When we're going to see Chavo back on SmackDown?
God, I wish I knew. I know Chavo just went and saw Dr. Matthews and got a report. He's doing good. He's ahead of schedule, He's just starting physical therapy, but it will be a while before we shoot him.
Like to see Chavo back as soon as possible. It'd be great.
Yeah, me too. That was a kick his ass.
Hey, you know what, though? I got to say, I really thought you and Tajiri did a hell of a job as a tag team. It was kind of that mix, obviously, that worked for a while, but there had to be something going on there, man. I don't think it was just that one time that the jury landed on the ride like that and kind of pissed you off, or was it?
Yeah, man. Well, there was a couple of times where you tried to play with my hydraulics, Holmes.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, man. That's getting kind of personal, you know. But
I got
he was
you.
insistent. He wanted to touch the hydraulic. I said, no, no, no. You know, but the hood thing, that's it. The top bit is that was asking on the cake.
Well, I'm sure it also had something to do with you guys losing the tag team titles that night too, Eddie.
Of course it did, Holmes.
Well,
we lost all our connection there, bro.
Well, yeah, let me ask you this. Going after the Ultimo Dragon tonight, the United States Championship tournament has been going on. How good, I mean, I know it's a stupid question, but how good do you feel about taking that title?
I feel there's never a doubt in my mind when I go for a title. You know, you always got to be. Any wrestler that goes up with a doubt in his mind shouldn't even be in the ring. When you go inside the ring, and especially when it's a title, there shouldn't be any doubts that in your mind that you can be the victor, and you should be the victor. And that's the way I was taught, and that's what I believe in.
Cool, right on.
Did you get it? Let me just touch on this real quick too, because the last SmackDown in Madison Square Garden, it was you and Tajiri against Roddy Piper and Sean O'Hare. And I did make the comment to you after you took the fall on Piper. I wanted to know if your brother Chavo gave you a call and saw that, man. Any comments?
You know I called and rubbed it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you got him on his prime, Holmes.
Yeah.
Says he got him in his prime. I got him later on. Now that he's slowed down a little bit.
Eddie, we got a lot of email questions. Actually, let's take one right now. We got Rachel of Victor Valley, California. Do you think you might grow the mullet back?
I think I don't know. I might start a poll, you know, around the United States and to see whether people want the mullet back or not.
I say bring it back, man. Yeah, I like it.
I like it a lot.
We got a lot of people calling on the phone, too, Eddie. We got Matt on the phone now from Cincinnati. Matt, what's your question for Eddie Guerrero?
Hi, Eddie. I wanted to ask you, how did you come up with the frog splash, and why you don't do the lasso from El Paso anymore?
Well, how I came out with the frog splash, that was pretty intriguing. Actually, you know, it was when the Border Patrol was running after me. They were chasing me, and I was on the other side, and I had to kind of like run and jump in the river. But what I had to do was there was a big barbed wire fence there. So I had to, when I jumped, you know, I basically had to crouch in like that, you know. And the river was a little bit further out from the fence. So when I ran and jumped over the fence first, all crouched up like that, I had to extend into the river. Then I said to myself, you know what, man, that is a good move to do in the ring onto an opponent. So that's how that kind of came out the frog
Hey,
splash.
man, did you land on a lily pad or anything?
No, actually, I landed on an inner tube.
Oh, okay.
So that's where the frog splash comes from.
Well, certainly.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you this, man. You know, when you guys came out to your new music, you know, we lie, we cheat, we steal.
Yeah.
Did you get any other comments from your brother Chavo or Mondo or even Hector? I mean, did they admit that they also lie, cheat, and steal? I'm just asking, man.
They were.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything, man. I just want to see if, you know.
A good cheater never admits that, you know that.
Okay.
A good liar never admits he's lying.
Well, you know.
It's a family tradition. Lie,
Yes.
cheat, and steal.
It's a family tradition, Holmes.
I know that, man. I'm just. I mean that in the best
I'm just trying
way.
to do better than they did, that's all.
Yeah.
Eddie, a little bit later on the show, Zach Gowen will be joining us. What do you think about his arrival here in the WWE, and would you like to wrestle him someday?
I'd love to wrestle Zach, and as far as what I think about it, I think it's great. I think it's an inspiration for all of us to look at what he's doing, you know? And, you know, he's taken a handicap that anybody else would use a handicap, and he's turned it into a positive in his life. And he's demonstrating it by being a part of the WWE. So he's not only setting an example for himself and his peers, but for the wrestlers in WWE, because if Zach can do it, what more can we do, you know, if we put our hearts and minds to it?
Well, Eddie, your story is pretty inspirational as well. I mean, you overcame your demons, and how are you able to keep them, you know, to keep fighting your demons? I mean, I'm sure it's an everyday battle. How are you able to stay away from that sort of thing?
And every day, every day it's a battle. And every day I gotta go to the grace of God. I gotta go to the throne of God. And some days are harder than others, I gotta admit that. But it can be done, And all I do for me is I look and I hold on to those good days. There may be one good day in 100, but it's that one day that gets me through. So that's what I search for, and that's what I look for, and that's what I hold on to.
Words to live by. Eddie, we got another caller here on the phone. We got Mitch calling from Vancouver. Mitch, what is your question for Eddie Guerrero?
Oh, hey, Eddie. I was just wondering what your favorite match of all time that you've participated in was.
My favorite match of all time? Oof, God. That's hard. I've had a lot of great matches, Dean Malenko in ECW. I had Chris, finals with Chris Benoit in Japan. And hey, we might be in the finals this year. Who knows if things work out, right?
Yeah, the way the brackets are set up.
Yeah, the way the bracket's set up, right? There might be an opportunity for me and Chris to meet head-to-head again. But let's see how things fall. Let's see, there was a one with Rey Mysterio in Halloween Havoc of '97. And, there was also a memorable match I had in Mexico, me and El Hijo del Santo, Up in, of course, you can't forget me and Art Barr versus Hijo del Santo in Octagon. So there's a lot of memorable matches in my life.
Hey, Eddie, let me ask you this, because when you and Tajiri were teaming together, there were times when the people seemed to get that Eddie, Eddie, Eddie chant going on. And do you think that now with your change of attitude that's going to make a difference in your matches, or do you think that's going to make you even want to go on even more so your own way?
That's a good question, Tom. Whether they chant my name, Eddie, Eddie, or whether they say Eddie sucks, all it is fuel. That just fuels me to go. And I'll turn that and use it anyway. The bottom line is, number one, produce a great match for the fans. Number two, produce a great match for myself. Because I get a great high out of it.
Yeah.
I guess as long as you elicit any response, that's always a good thing, right?
That's what I want, yeah.
Cool. We got another phone call. We got Trevor calling from Michigan. Trevor, what's your question for Eddie Guerrero?
Eddie, I just wondered, what's your next goal in WWE? What do you want to do next?
My next goal? Jeez. I want to be the U.S. champion. That's my next goal, Holmes.
Man, Eddie Guerrero's got a great chance to do that. Ultimo Dragon tonight on SmackDown. And, of course, the other side is Matt Hardy and Chris Benoit. Eddie, listen, thank you for joining us here on Bite This today. We really appreciate it. We'll talk to you.
But my ultimate goal is to meet Tom Pritchard one-on-one in WrestleMania.
Hey, man, you know what? We can make it happen.
Hair versus hair, brother.
Yeah, we can make it happen, man.
Mullet versus the mullet.
Yeah, man. Right on. Yeah, I'll make it happen.
I'll grow my mullet out for that, bro.
Yeah, so would I. Trust me. All right, man. Well, have a good weekend and stay safe, and we'll be talking to you soon.
All right. God bless.
Take care, man.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Eddie Guerrero in a big match tonight on SmackDown with Ultimo Dragon. A lot more going to happen on SmackDown. Zach Gowen will officially sign his WWE contract. But our time, getting back to Raw, we saw a title change hands on Raw this past week. Booker T.
You know what? I think that it was a long time coming for Booker T. The fans in Montreal reacted exceptionally, especially for a guy like Booker T to walk out there and have Christian feel the heat in Canada. A fellow Canadian getting beat by a Texan, no doubt, no less. It was a long time coming for Booker T. I was happy for him as well. And, of course, the Montreal fans are very emotional and very forthright in their support with who they like. And they let it be known that Booker T was their favorite that night. And I think that was just the extra added fuel that Eddie was talking about as well that helped Booker defeat Christian.
Congratulations to Booker T on becoming the new Intercontinental Champion. Of course, at Vengeance, we will finally crown a new U.S. champion. That's July 27th. From the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado. Dr. Tom, are you going to be in attendance?
Let me see. Vengeance? Don't think so.
No?
No, I'm going to be at SummerSlam, though.
Really?
Well, Vengeance as Denver, Colorado. I have things to do and, like, change the tips on my shoelaces or
It's
something
the
like
first
that.
WWE pay-per-view in Denver.
Well, I realize that. I know it is in Denver, but I have other things that I
I know
have
you
to
got a
take
lot.
care
You got a
of.
lot going on.
Yes, I do.
You have a ton of going on. And joining us on the phone now
Talk about a guy with a lot going on.
with
man.
his 2 cents, Droz. How are you on the phone with Josh Matthews and Dr. Tom?
How's it going there, guys?
Hey, happy belated 4th of July. I know you must have lit up the fireworks, man.
Yeehaw, man. You know me. I watch a little bit here and there, but no fireworks for me, man. New kitten, but no fireworks.
Yeah, how's the new kitten that you talked about in 2 cents?
Oh, she's doing well, actually. She was on my lap a little while ago.
You know what you need? you need to get a ferret, or you need 2 ferrets.
Yeah.
I got 2 ferrets, man.
Do you, Doc?
Yes, I do.
Oh, they're playful. Some of my buddies have them. They're great pets, and they're playful.
Yeah, they are playful. They're really cool, but they just poop and pee all over the place. They're great. They're great.
But that's what we need here. We have 9 cats and a dog. We need more poop and pee.
Yes, you do. Good
That'll
stuff,
be good.
man. Yeah, very good. Did you get a chance to watch Raw this week?
Yes.
Wow. give us your impressions, if you will. First of all, I'd like to know what you thought about Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels in the highlight reel.
Well, I'm looking forward. I was kind of entertained, as always. And, every time Jericho's out there, I'm always entertained.
Right.
And, seeing those two kind of going back and forth, and, it would have been, of course, great for the crowd there to see that match take place. But, Jericho had his nice little comment, and, it didn't come about. But, this is going to be a big one. They're saying it's going to be two. This is definitely going to be a big-time match. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I wish it would have gone down.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's going to happen sooner than later between those two.
Well, what I was curious about is, again, Jericho or Shawn was actually telling the people of Canada, more so the people of Montreal, the fans of Montreal, to get over 1997. Let's move on.
Well, it is time for them to move on.
I think so. I think it is time to move on. And, of course, as Josh was just mentioning, Booker T defeating Christian for the Intercontinental Championship. Your thoughts on that?
That has been a long time. I am so happy for Booker to finally, to win the IC title there and to finally beat Christian. It was something that, like I said, a long time coming, and and it's great for him, and it's great for his career.
A great Raw for Booker T, a great Raw altogether. We've got a great SmackDown in store tonight. Zach Gowen's going to sign a SmackDown contract, Droz.
You know what? More power to them for that. Well, like they also, I was reading on WWE.com, you always got to watch out for those contract signings, though. That can be a major problem. But I was more than impressed, watching that last week, and I couldn't be happier for the kid, man. What a performance, and what a great competitor he is.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, obviously there's no pressure when you have Mr. McMahon sitting at ringside, and of course teaming with his only daughter against the biggest man on the roster. I'm sure the kid was perfectly relaxed. Yeah, no doubt.
Droz, what can we expect in the column this week?
Well, of course, I'm going to give my views on the shows and how I felt they went and things like that. And trying to make it a point to try to. A lot of times I'm out and about and I'm not able to catch some of the other shows, which bums me out. But I'm trying to keep up on some of the younger guys and what's going on there. So it's as always a little broad spectrum.
Cool. Sounds good. Looking forward to reading that. Droz, listen, thank you for joining us on Bite This today. We appreciate it.
Well, you guys be good, and hey, Doc, to enjoy those ferrets.
I will, man. They're great.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Take care, guys.
Talk to you next week, Droz.
All right, bye-bye.
You need ferrets.
No.
Yeah.
My roommate's got a cat.
Not the same, man.
I chased around, tried to shave it the other day.
Ooh, that's always fun.
I was going to do it on the 4th of July,
You should have put the
Big
firecrackers.
celebration.
Right.
Oh, we're on the air.
Yes, we are.
Here on Love Cats.
Me
We're
too.
not going to do. We're not going to
good
shave
cats.
anything. Still to come, Zach Gowen will be joining us. Make sure to call us at 888 Live WWE with all your questions for Zach Gowen. We got a lot of emails here that we're going to be talking to Zach, so looking forward to that. Right now, we're going to take you to a clip. This is Zach and Stephanie in their 2-on-1 handicap match against the 7-foot, 500-pound monster, The Big Show. Zach Gowen did it. There you heard from Michael Cole. Zach Gowen got a contract here in the WWE, and tonight on SmackDown, Zach Gowen will sign his official WWE SmackDown Wrestling contract. And joining us on the phone is the one and only Zach Gowen. Zach, you're on the phone with Josh Matthews and Dr. Tom. How you doing today?
Fantastic. Josh Matthews, Dr. Tom, it's a pleasure to speak to you guys.
It's our
Pleasure to speak to you as well, Zach. You've got to be on top of the world after that performance last week on SmackDown. You impressed more people backstage, from what I understand, than anybody in recent history. You had to feel good.
I'm on top of the world right now. You know, my dreams came true last week, and it was truly one of a kind of an experience.
Zach Gowen, you're 20 years old. We here at WWE have gotten literally hundreds of emails from fans saying that you are truly an inspiration. How does it feel to hear comments like that?
It makes everything worth it. All the hard work I've put in, it feels good to put a smile on anybody's face.
Well, let's talk about how much work you put in to get to WWE. Take us through that journey you went through in Michigan and throughout the country, wherever you went, to finally wind up here in WWE.
Right. Well, I went to wrestling school the year that I graduated high school, and I made my debut match March 16, 2002. And I've applied my trade in front of sparse crowds in Michigan for a year or so, and I finally got noticed by you guys.
Wow.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
Well, I mean, for 20 years old, that's just condensing it down, but it wasn't just one of those things where you didn't work hard to get where you are, and now you have the chance tonight. You're going to sign on SmackDown. Your first contract with WWE. And I just said earlier that being in the ring with Mr. McMahon at ringside, as Stephanie McMahon, his only daughter, your partner, against the biggest man on her roster, you didn't feel any pressure last week at all, did you?
Not at all. But more or less, it was the most nerve-wracking experience I've ever had.
Well, watching you those first couple weeks doing an interview face-to-face against Mr. McMahon, he can be a very intimidating guy, and you didn't seem to back down at all. It didn't appear that you were intimidated whatsoever.
Well, I've encountered so many Mr. McMahons in my lifetime that coming face-to-face with the real thing was not so much of a big deal for me.
I don't know how many people can say that.
No,
but Zach, I mean, you've looked so many adversities in the eye, and here you are in the WWE, 20 years old as a superstar. The phones are blowing up here at Titan Towers. Let's go to our first phone call now. We got Steve on the phone from Ontario. Steven, you're on the phone with Zach Gowen.
Hey, Zach.
Steve, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
I wanted to know what you think of what people say about you on air.
World, I mean, yeah, you got some help from Kurt and Brock, but how in the world did you pin the Big Show?
It wasn't all me, that's for sure. Obviously, Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar set them up for me, and if it wasn't for them, right now I'd still be in the hospital.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it was a no disqualification, no holds barred. It was 2 against 1. So anything went in that match. We can't take anything away from the win and anything away from the fact that you earned a WWE contract. The fact is, you've been watching wrestling your whole life. This is all you've ever wanted to do, and nothing was going to stand in your way. Is that right?
That's correct, sir. He's had the best.
No doubt about it. Zach Gowen taking another negative, that no holds barred, no disqualification match against the Big Show, and spinning it into a positive, much like you have your entire life. Zach, we've also got a ton of emails asking about what exactly happened to your leg, if you can explain that to us.
When I was 8 years old, I was diagnosed with cancer on my left femur, and to prevent it from spreading the rest of my body, they had to amputate my leg.
And this was when you were 8?
8 years old, yep.
Wow.
Well, it's not something that we can point to. Some of us will point to and feel sorry for ourselves, but you moved on, and obviously you've done a great job. You've accomplished what you wanted so far in life, and I know that Amanda from Maryland is on the phone right now, and she probably has a good question to ask you as well. Amanda, you're on with Zach Gowen.
Hi.
Hi, Amanda. How are you?
I just wanted to ask you, how does it feel to finally accomplish your dream after so many people may think you're crazy trying to go after it?
It feels tremendous. Right now, I'm on top of the world. I finally got an opportunity to achieve a dream, and I reached up and I grabbed it. Right now, I just feel great. I can't stop smiling. And I'm so happy to be here right now.
Oh, Fast and Furious now, especially on SmackDown in the WWE.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to seeing you in the ring with all those guys as well. Maybe a Billy Kidman or a Jamie Noble. Have some great matches with those guys as well.
Definitely. The talent right now in the cruiserweight division, it's never been better. And I can't wait to mix it up with those guys.
Hey, Zach, what made you think that you could do a moonsault in the first place?
I'm sorry?
What made you think that you could do a moonsault in the first place? Who did you first see do a moonsault and say, wow, man, not only would you like to try that, but you could probably do it?
Well, I've always been a pretty athletic kid. Growing up, I had a trampoline in my backyard, and I learned how to do a bunch of flips on that. And I think, why can't I apply that to the ring?
Very cool, man.
What was it like training to be a wrestler, with one leg? What was that like?
I'm sorry?
What was it like training to be a wrestler, only having one leg? Where did you train at actually, and what was it like, training to be a wrestler?
I trained in Livonia, Michigan, under a guy named Truth Martini. He's the only one that really gave me a shot. The first day I walked into wrestling school, the owner of the school actually told me not to get my hopes up. He said I could be a manager or a referee or something like that, but I said, just give me a shot,
Well, now, a lot of us have heard the same thing. Going through the things you have to go through, the system, so to speak. And a lot of us, I'm sure you've heard it, I've heard it, we've all heard it, telling you, kid, don't get your hopes up.
Right.
Did that make you want it that much more? Were you more determined to prove everybody wrong?
Exactly. You tell me I can't do something, I'm going to find a way to do it.
Right on. It's just the best attitude to have, and now you see where Zach Gowen is. He's in the WWE. We got another phone call here. We got Jason calling from Pennsylvania. Jason, you're on the phone. What's your question for Zach?
Hey, good evening, Zach. How you doing?
What's up, Jason? How are you?
I'm okay. Listen, was there ever a time, knowing that you only had one leg, did you ever felt that you could not accomplish your dream? Was there ever a certain doubt in your mind?
Actually, yeah. Going through wrestling school, there are certain times I wanted to quit.
Let alone everything that happened in your life, but then finding out that you were, trying to become a professional wrestler.
It's very hard on her. She can't watch my matches now. She's so scared I'm gonna get hurt, even to this day. But it's something in me knew that it was right to be a wrestler. Yeah,
I know you're
Michigan University.
Find time to go to school and be on. I mean, our WWE superstars are on the road more than rock stars. It's pretty tough, I would imagine, going to school and being a WWE superstar.
It is tough, but through online classes, went on the road. It's not that hard, actually.
Cool. We got another phone call. We got Scott calling from Virginia. Scott, you're on the phone with Zach Gowen.
Hey, Zach.
What's up, Scott?
Why did you want to become a WWE superstar?
Why? Well, I'm not sure why. It's just the drive I've had ever since I was a little kid, growing up watching wrestling. Just to be in the same ring as Hogan slammed Andre, it's just something inside of me that's driven me through all these years.
Well, we're taking a look at a still of you arm wrestling Mr. McMahon. Once again, here's a guy, not only the chairman of World Wrestling Entertainment, but now standing face to face. And it looked like you were giving him a pretty good run for his money. What did you think about the fact when he kicked your leg right out from under you, man?
That totally brought me down right there. It was almost a spit in my face. It totally hurt my feelings.
Well, obviously, again, and with the harsh words that Mr. McMahon had to say after the contest as well was pretty stiff. Again, this is what you're up against, and tonight on SmackDown, you get a chance to sign your official contract with World Wrestling Entertainment, and that means that whatever Mr. McMahon says, you have to do.
Right, and I'm sure he had something up his sleeve for me when I signed the contract, but you know what? Whatever it is, I'm ready for it, and I'm just happy to be here.
Zach, we also got a lot of email questions for you. We got one here from Katie of New York. Are you married, or do you have a girlfriend? I think Katie's a little interested.
Awesome. No, I'm single right now.
There you go, Katie of New York. Zach Amiel lives in Michigan. It's not too far away from New York. You can make the commute.
Not really, man. You're living in Detroit nowadays, right?
I live in Detroit, correct.
Is that where you grew up?
Yes, I did. Born and raised.
Did you watch a lot of Detroit wrestling, or was it mainly WWE?
Well, I grew up on WWE, but as I got smarter as a fan, I've ascertained the few old big-time wrestling tapes from Cobo Hall.
Ah, very good.
Guys like The Sheik and Bobo Brazil.
Yeah, Bruiser and guys like that.
Right.
Yeah, very good.
If you got questions for Zach Gowen, give us a call at 888-LIVE-WWE. Lots more email questions. Zach, we got to have one here from Adam McLean of California. Have you come up with a signature move yet?
Signature move? Well,
Yes.
after last Thursday, I'd have to say it's the moonsault, the top rope moonsault.
No doubt about that. Nailing it with the to the Big Show and able to pin the Big Show is awesome. And now tonight Zach Gowen will sign his SmackDown wrestling contract. We're all looking forward to that as well. Dr. Tom, I know you are.
Well, certainly I am, and I know that Eddie from Pennsylvania probably has a tremendous question to ask Zach as well. And Eddie, you are now on the line with Zach Gowen. Go ahead. Eddie?
Hello, Eddie.
Don't make a liar out of me, Eddie.
Yeah.
All right. You're on the. Go ahead.
Zach, how you doing?
Eddie, what's up?
Hey, listen, I just wanted to let you know I think you're a big inspiration, and I wanted to ask you, who was your favorite superstar when you were growing up?
Growing up, my favorite superstar was Hulk Hogan. I love what he stood for. The say your prayers, take your vitamins, train hard. He had the American spirit in him, and that's something I identified with.
Well, last week we saw Mr. America unmasked in Madison Square Garden. It was shown via videotape by Mr. McMahon, and it was indeed Hulk Hogan. Surprise, surprise. And he was fired last week. Does that put any pressure on you, or you have any feelings about that one way or another?
Well, I was absolutely shocked because I had no idea that Mr. America was Hulk Hogan all along.
Wow.
But it was him who helped me get into WWE. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here right now. So I owe many thanks to Hulk Hogan / Mr. America.
Wow, Zach was probably the closest to Mr. America, and even he didn't know it was Hulk Hogan.
Well, I tell you what, man, I had my doubts as well, Josh.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm kind of dumb anyway, so.
Yeah. I knew all along.
Yeah. Whew, okay. So, Zach, listen, now that you're on the road or going to be on the road shortly, signing your contract, you've been around the locker room, you've been around the superstars for the past month or so. Right. What kind of impression have you got so far from the crew, the backstage scene, so to speak? How are you fitting in?
Everybody's been very nice to me. They treat me as one of their own, and I can't I can't be more than happy about that.
Well, let me ask you this. I understand, and if you don't want to tell us, that's fine, but I understand that I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago where you lost your wallet, you had no money, you had to find some way to get to the next town.
Right. Well, I lost my wallet in Augusta, Maine, and the next night we were in, I believe, Utica, New York. So I had to drive from Augusta to Boston, and with the last dollar in my pocket, buy a Greyhound bus ticket to Utica, New York, and I got there just in time.
Yeah. So instead of just sitting there crying and saying, "Hey, how am I going to get there?" You had to use your wits about you, and that's part of being on the road because, as you found out, things happen, and you have to know what to do. And you got to the town, you made it, and that's what counts. And hopefully, it's going to be a lot smoother sailing from now on. After you sign this contract tonight, and I've got to say I wish you the best of luck. I know everybody here in WWE.com as well as the entire staff in Titan Towers wish you the best of luck and look forward to many outings of Zach Gowen.
Well, I hope there are a few more outings of Zach Gowen, and I appreciate all the luck, and I need all the support I can get.
No doubt about it, Zach. The best of luck tonight on SmackDown as you sign your SmackDown wrestling contract. Tonight on SmackDown, we're all looking forward to it. Zach, listen, thank you so much for being on the show this week. We really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tom.
Good luck.
All right.
See ya. Now, that's a guy who,
Yes, Dr. Tom.
when I heard this story about him losing his wallet and getting on the bus, he was traveling by himself, wound up somehow traveling by himself in the rental car and had to drop the car in wherever he said it was, I think, had to be in Utica the next night, who used his resources wisely and did what he had to do to get where he needed to be.
Very composed at a very young age.
Yeah, maybe you should try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, try being a composer.
You know, I tried that once. I'm not very good at
obviously
playing
You're not good at
music
playing
and stuff
anything.
like that. No, you know, composers, they play music. That's what they do. Violins and pianos and saxophones and all sorts of crazy
You got a
stuff.
saxophone.
Trombone. Tonight on SmackDown, Zach Gowen will sign his WWE contract, and also Eddie Guerrero versus Ultimo Dragon in a match in the U.S. title tournament. The winner will go on to the semifinals. The semifinals will take place this upcoming week on SmackDown, and of course the finals will take place at Vengeance July 27th from the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado. Next week's guest, tentative, right? Probably Phil, you gotta always throw that tentative. They're confirmed? Confirmed,
man.
Trish Stratus
Please.
and La Resistance. And of course at Vengeance July 27th, it will be the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle versus The Big Show. Triple threat for the WWE Championship. Dr. Tom, next week I guess we'll make our picks.
We will make our picks. That's true. One thing I want to say about La Resistance, because I know something about tag team wrestling, and I've been watching these guys. Now, the key thing in tag team wrestling to me is knowing how to read your partner's mind. You almost have to be clairvoyant to make a great team. You have to know when it's time to tag, when it's time to get out, how fast the referee counts to 5. Little things that you don't normally think about in a singles match, you have to think about when you're working with another guy. I've been watching Sylvain Grenier and Rene Dupree. I think definitely Dupree is a more experienced, more knowledgeable of the team. But Sylvain Grenier isn't far behind, and they are making a tremendous tag team in World Wrestling Entertainment. Obviously, WWE champions, but they have that intangible combination, that intangible it, that makes that combination really successful, because when they go out, they elicit a response from the people that some guys work for years to get, and it's that natural ability to walk out and command the attention that is going to make these guys so successful in years to come here in World Wrestling Entertainment.
And we'll talk to La Resistance next week right here on Bite This every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And now we are going to end the show.
Wow, this is good. I like this guy, man.
Well, the debut of the freaking weekend was a few weeks ago here on Bite This. It was so good, we brought him back.
All right.
Here he is live from via Puerto Rico.
Holmes.
The freaking weekend.
And the freaking weekend, man.
His recap
I
of
like
Raw.
it.
Yo, what's up, what's up? This is the freaking Rican that all you mommies been seeking, coming to you live on Bite This with my only 2 minutos of fame, giving you the Raw recap. You feel me? Happy 4th of July to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I did my 4th of July thing dancing salsa all night long with my mamacitas. You know what I'm saying? First things first, let me give a little shout out to Booker T for bringing the Intercontinental title back to the hood. You know what I mean? But does this mean they back in Christian's big green card? What's good with that? Anyway, Mr. Long got dissed and dismissed. It looked like that brother had your number, player. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, yo, the new Chicas champ, Gail Kim, Fing Wang Wong, whatever. Yo, ma, what's really good? You looking fine. Give me a holler. Call me. Yo, shout out to my boys, Papito, Loquito, all you guys up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Papito, mira, bro, you owe me $20, Papi. Give me my $20 back. You know I'm going to come find you and give you the wham, bam, spank your ma'am type thing. You feel me? Now back to business. The Jerry Ho reel was off the hook, but I'm kind of feeling the Canadians. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy getting stabbed in the back and doing all that stuff. So actually, Jerry Ho and the Sweet Chin Music guy, they're going to take care of business up in Hollywood. You feel me? So now, back to Tess. What's really good with you hitting on my mommies like that? You know what I'm saying? Now, if that was my girlfriend, you know how them Puerto Rican mommies are. They hit you back. They be like, mira, go, no, hola, comido, puñeta, cara, and all that good shit. You know what I mean? Now, back to the business. Claire and Horton, you finally got yours for what you did with your little Evolution crew. RVD and Booba, they finally put it on you. Now, on the flick of the night, you know what I'm saying? Kane came out looking really ugly. He laid out both GMs. Feels to me the freaking Rican feeling a new GM, possibly. Well, check it out live next week on Bite This. You know what I'm saying? The freaking Rican coming through for you all the time. Peace.